afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the RotoBaller Radio Fantasy Baseball Preview Series right here from RotoBaller.com, RotoBaller Radio, and RotoBaller's YouTube channel. I'm your host, Anthony Aniano. Happy to be with you as we take a look at some ADP analysis for the outfield position. Folks, don't forget, head over to RotoBaller.com and check out everything we have there. The main page, the premium package, the expert chats. For whether it's DFS or season-long, RotoBaller.com has you covered. NFL, NBA, MMA, esports, PGA, NASCAR, and of course, Major League Baseball. RotoBaller.com is the place to go for whatever fantasy sport you are interested in. And don't forget, sign up for that Major League Baseball premium package today to help prepare for your fantasy baseball draft. Use the promotional code ACES, telling them Anthony sent you, and get all the great content in that MLB draft, in that premium package, including the draft guide, the sortable rankings, and all the great content courtesy of RotoBaller.com. Download the app, okay, the free RotoBaller app as well, and have RotoBaller with you in your pocket at all times. All right, everybody, we're going to take a look. So far, we've covered here around the infield, first, second, short, third, and we've covered catching position as well. Today, we're going to dive into 5 outfielders, take a look at their ADP, their projected production for this 2021 season. And we start early in the draft, Astros outfielder Kyle Tucker. Currently going number 8 overall at the outfield position in the NFBC. An overall ADP of about 32. In a 12-team league, that puts him round 2, round 3, potentially right there in the middle of round 3. Okay, and really going as outfielder 8. He's coming off the board as an outfielder 1 in fantasy baseball leagues. Now, RotoBaller has him as outfielder number 9, overall player number 30. So, RotoBaller and the ADPs at the NFBC are in conjunction with one another. Now, there's no doubt the power-speed combination that Kyle Tucker provides is, if it hits, is an outfielder 1. Last season, in 228 plate appearances, he had 9 home runs with 8 stolen bases, mixing in 42 RBIs and 33 runs scored, a .268 batting average. Terrific strikeout rate of 20.2%, which is a huge improvement from 2019, which was only 72 plate appearances. But in those 72 plate appearances, he struck out about 28% of the time. So you see growth there. The walk rate went up from 2019 to 2020, went from 5.6 to 7.9. But here's the thing. He has a career about 300 plate appearances at the major league level. This is still a young player it's more of a projection based on minor league numbers. And he is in the ballpark for a 25-25 potential type of season. Okay, ATC has him projected this year at 27 homers, 92 RBIs, and 20 stolen bases. Okay, if he pushes that closer to 30-30, he's obviously an outfielder 1. But it is a heavy investment as the outfielder 8. If he's not fully developed, if the strikeout rate goes up, if any of that misses, that's a big miss as your outfielder 1. Now, outfielder runs deep this year, in my opinion. You could start your outfielders with players like Aaron Judge, who's going in the 4th or 5th round. I know the injury concerns are there, but healthy, we know he's a 40 home run masher. But everybody loves the power-speed combo, and that's what puts Kyle Tucker in this conversation. He's a career .268 hitter with a career .325 on base percentage. Hits the ball hard, about 43 to 48% throughout his career. Okay, so he should be able to hit the ball out of the ballpark. The speed and power combination is there. It's just a big investment going in round 3 as your first outfielder for a guy with such a limited amount of plate appearances. All right, second outfielder on my list, probably going to play more second base this year for the Seattle Mariners, but a projection somewhat similar to Kyle Tucker, and that's actually Dylan Moore of the Seattle Mariners. Now, what I like is that second base outfield eligibility. Now, going as outfielder number 30 in the NFBC, RotoBaller has him even further down as outfielder 45. Okay, current overall ADP sits at about 122, 123. Now you're talking round 10 and outfielder 3. Now, last season, the numbers were comparable to Kyle Tucker in less plate appearances. Kyle Tucker, 229 plate appearances, like we said, 9 homers, 8 stolen bases. Dylan Moore in 159 plate appearances, so you're talking about, 60, 70 less plate appearances, 8 home runs, and 12 stolen bases. All right? In 2019, he had 9 home runs and 11 steals. Now, I don't think Dylan Moore's power plays like Kyle Tucker's. I don't think he pushes 25 home runs. ATC has him at 18. I could see Dylan Moore settling in at about 15 home runs. So you do lose some of the power that you potentially get from Kyle Tucker, but the stolen base production should be there as well. Okay, in 2 seasons at the major league level, okay, covering about 400 plate appearances, he's got 23 stolen bases. He had 12 last year in the shortened year, and then in 2019 in 282 plate appearances, had 11 stolen bases. Dylan Moore is a 20 stolen base option at about an 8-round discount, 7-round discount from Kyle Tucker. Batting average is probably going to be lower than Tucker's, who sits at about 265 to 270. Dylan Moore last year was a 255 hitter. That 2019, though, it was at 206. So where does Dylan Moore settle in batting average-wise? Strikes out a lot. 2019, 33%. Last season, 27%. Walk rate holds steady between 8 and 9%. Weighted runs created plus was a huge boost from 2019 to 2020. He went from 88 to 138. Okay, runs scored, limited RBI opportunity potentially on the ends of that Seattle Mariner lineup. But Dylan Moore, not the 30-30 candidate that Kyle Tucker is, probably not the 25-25 guy that Tucker is, but a potential 15 to 18, 20 to 25 stolen base player. Another enough power, good amount of speed combination in a speedless league nowadays, where Dylan Moore in round 10, terrific value. ATC has him at 18 homers, 22 steals, 237 batting average. Batting average could be a bit of a hit compared to Kyle Tucker. All right, third outfielder on my list. Now, the rest of the outfielders on my list don't provide the stolen base options that a Tucker or a Dylan Moore do, but the power and batting average are very, very similar. And next up is Clint Frazier of the New York Yankees. ADP of outfielder 49. Overall 179.53. Has him going in round 15 of 12-team leagues. He's getting drafted as a 4th or 5th outfielder. And I will have him on every team I possibly can at that value. RotoBaller has him outfielder at 53. Okay, overall 179. And I will tell you this. Do not run scared of Clint Frazier because the Yankees brought back Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner is outfield depth. Okay, with Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge and Aaron Hicks all having injury history, they needed Brett Gardner on that team. Clint Frazier will play every day for the New York Yankees. Last season, in 160 plate appearances, he had 267, 8 homers, 26 RBIs, did mix in 3 stolen bases. But I will tell you what I loved about Clint Frazier's season last year compared to that 2019 season. In that 2019 season, he had 12 homers, 38 RBIs, and hit 267 as well. But here's the jump, and is why I love him and took him in any OBP leagues I am in. Okay? Strikeout rate remained the same, about 27, 28% over both seasons. However, in 2019, he walked only 6.5% of the time. Last season in the shortened season, it was up to 15.6% of the time. So you're talking an on-base percentage jump from 317 to 394. That is elite level on-base percentage stuff from Clint Frazier. Hit the ball hard about 43% of the time. He's a career 243 hitter, but I expect better than that. Get me close to 270 out of him. Keeps walking like that, that on-base percentage will be elite. And we know in that Yankee lineup, he will have multitude opportunities to drive in runs. I have him at 25 and 90 and 260 this season. Again, not the speed combo that a Tucker or a Dylan Moore has, but the power RBI numbers, the batting average numbers will be right there with Kyle Tucker's, in my opinion. And you're getting him, like we said, round 15, about 12 rounds later than Kyle Tucker. So if you can find speed elsewhere and miss on Kyle Tucker and get your speed mixed in with other players, Maybe a Manny Margot, even later in the draft, not on this list, but going even later than these outfielders. Find your speed elsewhere. Clint Frazier is going to give you the power numbers, the run production numbers that a Kyle Tucker will be able to. ATC has him at 22 homers, 68 RBIs, and a 251 average. I have more RBIs on the table for Frazier in that Yankee lineup. Up next, a veteran, David Peralta of the Arizona Diamondbacks. 33 years old, oldest player on the list. And I guess at his age, and he's been around, it's not the fun pick anymore. It's not the upside pick, and I'll admit it. It's just a safe back-of-the-baseball card kind of play in David Peralta. Currently going as outfielder 75. So you're talking about outside the top 5, outside of an outfielder number 5. Overall ADP of 279. It's about around round 23. RotoBaller has an outfielder 67. Now, we're going to go a little deeper. His 2018 season, his last full season of at-bats, he hit 293 with a 352 on-base percentage, 30 homers, 87 RBIs in 146 games. Now, understand, that is completely the ceiling for David Peralta. Okay, I don't expect him to come close to the 30 home runs again. Okay, 293 is doable, but that's his ceiling. However, his floor is safe, in my opinion. Now, last season in 54 games, he hit 300 with 5 homers, 34 RBIs, a 339 on-base percentage, 20.6% K rate, both 2019 and 2020. Okay, walk rate has been exceptional his entire career. All right, a 106 weighted runs created plus. In 2019, injured, played only 99 games, 12 homers, 57 RBIs, hit 275 with a 343 on-base percentage. ATC has his power numbers a little low. He has him at 16 home runs and 72 RBIs. I have another player who's 20-plus home runs, 75-plus RBIs. And now remember, he's a career 291 hitter with a career 346 on-base percentage. So give me those career numbers. Give me 25, 75, and 291. Again, it's power in those run production numbers. Now at round 23, you're in the Kyle Tucker, even Clint Frazier conversation with Peralta. Now, Peralta has to be healthy. He has to play 140 games like he did in 2018. He hasn't sniffed that the last 2 years. Assuming health for all of these players, though, the power run production numbers are going to be very, very similar. Again, the difference between Tucker and everybody else, he's the only one who could push 30-30. Okay? He's the only one who's going to give you those stolen bases. So understandable where he's going, but if you're not chasing speed, there are other power options later on in the draft. And finally, if you're looking for a utility bat or outfield depth, take a look at Corey Dickerson of the Miami Marlins, 31 years old, currently going as outfielder number 95. All right, that's put over the 404th player taken off the board. He's a freebie. He's around 33. RotoBaller has him a little higher. Outfielder 82, overall 308. This is a player who's hit 20 or more home runs 3 times in his career. Last season in 52 games, 210 plate appearances, 7 homers, 25 runs scored, 17 RBIs. He had 258. Doesn't strike out a ton, less than 17% of the time last season. In 2019, an injury-shortened season, only 78 games, 279 plate appearances, 12 homers, 59 RBIs in 78 games. I will sign up for that ratio anytime. Hit 304. He's a career 284 hitter with a career 327 on-base percentage. Again, speed is out of the equation here. He's not going to steal you any bases. Okay, ATC has him at 18 homers, 62 RBIs, 270 batting average. Acceptable numbers. And if you're telling me that's your outfield depth, that's your utility bat late in the draft, you're getting him for free, round 33, outfielder 95. Okay, Kyle Tucker, he's got the most upside, no doubt about it. 25, 25, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30 potential. Dylan Moore, not as much power. The speed will play. Clint Frazier, David Peralta, Corey Dickerson, all possess the ability, though, to drive in as many home runs, RBIs, with an acceptable batting average as Kyle Tucker, who's going in round 3. All right, everybody. Like we said, head over to rotoballer.com. Check it all out there. Follow me on Twitter at @Aniano. fantasy. And if you haven't, go back and check out all the great content right here preparing for your Major League Baseball draft on RotoBaller's YouTube channel and at rotoballer.com. Stay smart, stay safe. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, everybody.